You wake up every morning with a sense of purpose, a fire in your belly, and an unshakable belief in yourself. You know exactly what you want out of life, and you're not afraid to go after it with everything you've got. You walk through the world with your head held high, radiating confidence and charisma, and people can't help but be drawn to your magnetic presence. Sound too good to be true. Well, I'm here to tell you that this life is not only possible, but it's within your reach. All you have to do is focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I do have fears. I'm afraid of failure, of rejection, of not being good enough, and that's okay. We all have fears. The key is to not let those fears control you or hold you back from living the life you truly want. So, how do you do that? How do you focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing? Well, it starts with a shift in mindset. It starts with recognizing that your fears are not real. They're just thoughts in your head, stories you tell yourself based on past experiences or future anxieties. But here's the thing, those stories don't have to define you. You get to choose what you believe about yourself and what you're capable of. You get to decide whether you let your fears hold you back or whether you use them as fuel to propel you forward. And that's where focusing on yourself comes in. When you make yourself a priority, when you invest time and energy into your own growth and development, you start to build an unshakable foundation of self-confidence and self-trust. You start to realize that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. You start to trust in your own abilities, your own judgment, and your own resilience. And when you have that kind of self-assurance, fear starts to lose its grip on you. But let's be real, focusing on yourself and acting as if you fear nothing is not always easy. It takes practice, persistence, and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. It means taking risks even when you're not sure of the outcome. It means being willing to fail and learning from those failures rather than letting them defeat you. It means surrounding yourself with people who support and believe in you and letting go of those who don't. And most importantly, it means being kind to yourself. It means treating yourself with the same love, compassion, and respect that you would offer to a dear friend. It means recognizing that you are a work in progress and that every mistake or setback is just an opportunity to learn and grow. So how do you start focusing on yourself and acting as if you fear nothing? Here are a few practical tips to get you started. Set clear goals and intentions for yourself. What do you want to achieve in your life? What kind of person do you want to become? Write those things down and refer to them often. Let them be your North Star, guiding you towards the life you truly want. Cultivate a growth mindset. Recognize that your abilities and talents are not fixed, they can be developed and strengthened over time. Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as threats to your sense of self. Practice self-care. Make time for activities that nourish your mind, body, and soul. Whether it's exercise, meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature, find what works for you and make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Surround yourself with positivity. Seek out people, books, podcasts, and other resources that inspire and uplift you. Limit your exposure to negativity and toxic influences that drain your energy and confidence. Take action, even when you're afraid. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear, it's the willingness to act in the face of it. Start small and gradually build up your tolerance for risk and discomfort. The more you do things that scare you, the more you'll realize how capable and resilient you truly are. But perhaps the most important thing you can do to focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing is to develop a strong sense of purpose. When you have a clear vision of what you want to create in the world, and when you're driven by a deep sense of meaning and contribution, fear starts to lose its power over you. Think about it: when you're living in alignment with your values and your passions, when you're using your unique talents and abilities to make a difference in the world, what is there to be afraid of? What could possibly hold you back from pursuing your dreams and living your best life? Of course, that doesn't mean it will be easy. There will be obstacles and challenges along the way. There will be moments of doubt and uncertainty, times when you question whether you have what it takes to keep going. But that's where your focus on yourself comes in. When you have a strong foundation of self-love and self-trust, you'll be able to weather those storms. You'll be able to pick yourself up when you fall, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward with renewed determination and purpose. And as you continue to focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, something amazing starts to happen. You start to attract other people and opportunities into your life that reflect your newfound confidence and clarity. You start to surround yourself with like minded individuals who support and inspire you, who challenge you to be your best self. You start to see doors opening up that you never even knew existed, leading you towards the life you've always dreamed of. But it all starts with you. It all starts with making the decision to focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing. It starts with taking that first step, even if it's a small one, towards the person you want to become and the life you want to live. And I know it can be scary. I know it can feel overwhelming at times, like you're standing at the edge of a cliff, wondering if you have the courage to take that leap of faith. But here's what I want you to remember: you are not alone. You have within you a strength and a resilience that is greater than you can possibly imagine. You have the power to overcome any obstacle, to face any fear, and to create the life you truly want. And when you focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, you become a beacon of hope and inspiration to others. You show them what's possible when you believe in yourself and go after your dreams with everything you've got. So let me ask you this: what would your life look like if you focused on yourself and acted as if you feared nothing? What kind of person would you become? What kind of impact would you make in the world? I want you to take a moment right now to close your eyes and visualize that future self. See yourself as the confident, charismatic, purposeful person you've always wanted to be. Feel the energy and excitement that comes from living a life that is fully aligned with your values and your passions. And now I want you to make a commitment to yourself, a commitment to focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, starting today. A commitment to take one small step every day towards becoming that future self, no matter how scary or uncomfortable it may feel. It could be something as simple as setting aside 10 minutes every morning to meditate or journal. It could be reaching out to someone you admire and asking for their guidance or mentorship. It could be signing up for that class or workshop you've been eyeing, even if you don't feel fully ready or qualified. Whatever it is, make it a non negotiable part of your daily routine. Make it as important as breathing or eating or sleeping. Because when you focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, everything else starts to fall into place. And I promise you this: when you look back on your life years from now, you won't remember the fears that held you back. You won't remember the doubts or the insecurities or the moments of uncertainty. What you will remember is the person you became, the life you created, the impact you made in the world. And you'll be grateful that you had the courage to focus on yourself and act as if you feared nothing, even when it was hard, even when it was scary. So let's make that commitment right here and now. Let's pledge to focus on ourselves and act as if we fear nothing, no matter what life throws our way. Let's support and encourage each other and hold each other accountable to our highest vision of ourselves. And most importantly, let's never forget how powerful we truly are. Let's never forget that we have within us the ability to create the life we want, to be the person we've always dreamed of being. It all starts with a decision to focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, a decision to trust in your own strength, your own wisdom, and your own resilience. So make that decision today. Take that first step, no matter how small or how scary, and watch as your life begins to transform in ways you never thought possible. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing. And I know that when you make that commitment, when you take that leap of faith, incredible things will start to happen. You see, when you focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, you start to tap into a source of power and potential that most people never even know exists. You start to realize that you are not limited by your circumstances, your past, or your perceived weaknesses. Instead, you start to see yourself as the creator of your own reality. You start to understand that you have the ability to shape your life in any way you choose simply by focusing your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions in a positive direction. And as you start to live from that place of inner power and conviction, something amazing starts to happen. You start to attract people and opportunities into your life that reflect your newfound sense of self. You start to notice that the world around you begins to shift and change, almost as if it's responding to your internal state of being. You start to see synchronicities and serendipities popping up everywhere, guiding you towards your highest goals and aspirations. But it's not just about what happens on the outside. When you focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, you also start to experience a profound shift on the inside. You start to feel a deep sense of peace and contentment, knowing that you are living in alignment with your true self. You start to experience a level of joy and fulfillment that you never thought possible, simply by honoring your own needs, desires, and passions. And as you continue to cultivate that inner state of well being, you start to radiate a magnetic energy that draws others to you like moths to a flame. People start to see you as a leader, a visionary, someone who is not afraid to blaze their own trail and create their own destiny. But let's be clear, focusing on yourself and acting as if you fear nothing doesn't mean being selfish or self centered. It doesn't mean disregarding the needs and feelings of others or taking advantage of other people in pursuit of your own goals. In fact, it's quite the opposite. When you focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, you start to develop a deeper sense of empathy and compassion for others. You start to understand that everyone is fighting their own battles, facing their own fears and challenges. And from that place of understanding, you start to show up in the world in a different way. You start to use your own strength and confidence to lift others up, to inspire them to be their best selves, to support them in pursuing their own dreams and goals. You start to see that focusing on yourself and acting as if you fear nothing is not just about personal growth and achievement, it's about creating a ripple effect of positivity and change that extends far beyond yourself. And that's the true power of this mindset. When you focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, you become a catalyst for transformation in the world around you. You start to create a positive impact that goes far beyond what you ever thought possible. But it all starts with a willingness to look within. It all starts with a commitment to focus on yourself, to nurture your own growth and development, to cultivate a deep sense of self-love and self-acceptance. And I know that can be scary. I know it can feel uncomfortable at times, like you're venturing into uncharted territory, but I promise you this, the rewards are worth it. When you focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, you start to experience a level of freedom and liberation that most people only dream of. You start to break free from the chains of limitation and self-doubt and step into the fullness of your own potential. You start to realize that you are not defined by your past, your mistakes, or your perceived flaws. You are defined by the choices you make in each moment, by the vision you hold for your life, by the courage and resilience you bring to each new challenge. And as you start to live from that place of inner power and conviction, you start to inspire others to do the same. You start to create a domino effect of positive change simply by showing up as your best self and encouraging others to do the same. So let me ask you this, what's stopping you from focusing on yourself and acting as if you fear nothing? What's holding you back from stepping into the fullness of your own potential, from creating the life you truly want to live? Is it a fear of failure? A fear of rejection? A fear of the unknown? Whatever it is, I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay to feel scared, to feel uncertain, to feel like you don't have all the answers. But I also want you to know that you have within you the power to overcome those fears. You have within you the strength and the resilience to keep going, even when things get tough, even when the path ahead seems unclear. And when you focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing, you start to tap into that inner wellspring of courage and determination. You start to trust in your own abilities, your own intuition, your own innate wisdom. You start to realize that fear is just an illusion, a temporary obstacle on the path to greatness. And you start to move through those fears with grace and ease, knowing that they are simply stepping stones on the journey to your highest self. But it's not always easy. There will be moments of doubt, moments of uncertainty, moments when you question whether you have what it takes to keep going. And in those moments, I want you to remember this, you are not alone. You are part of a global community of individuals who are all committed to focusing on themselves and acting as if they fear nothing. You are part of a movement of change makers and visionaries, of leaders and luminaries who are all working together to create a brighter, more beautiful world. And when you tap into that sense of connection and community, when you surround yourself with people who believe in you and support you, anything becomes possible. So let's make a pact right here and now. Let's commit to focusing on ourselves and acting as if we fear nothing, no matter what life throws our way. Let's commit to being the change we wish to see in the world, to living our lives with purpose and passion, to inspiring others to do the same. And let's do it together. Let's create a global network of individuals who are all dedicated to personal growth and transformation, to creating a positive impact in the world around us. Let's share our stories, our struggles, our triumphs. Let's lift each other up and hold each other accountable to our highest vision of ourselves. Because when we come together in the spirit of love and unity, when we focus on ourselves and act as if we fear nothing, there is no limit to what we can achieve. We can create a world of abundance and prosperity, a world of peace and harmony, a world where every individual has the opportunity to thrive and flourish. And it all starts with you. It all starts with the willingness to focus on yourself, to cultivate a deep sense of self-love and self-acceptance, to act as if you fear nothing. So let me leave you with this final thought. You are powerful beyond measure. You have within you the ability to create the life you truly want, to make a difference in the world around you, to inspire others to greatness. All you have to do is take that first step. All you have to do is focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing. And when you do, I promise you your life will never be the same. You will experience a level of joy and fulfillment that you never thought possible. You will create a legacy of positivity and change that will ripple out into the world around you. So let's make that commitment right here and now. Let's focus on ourselves and act as if we fear nothing, no matter what challenges we face, no matter what obstacles we encounter. Let's be the change we wish to see in the world and inspire others to do the same. And most importantly, let's never forget how powerful we truly are. Let's never forget that we have within us the ability to create miracles, to transform our lives and the lives of those around us, simply by focusing on ourselves and acting as if we fear nothing. So go out there and make it happen. Take that first step, no matter how small or how scary, and trust that the universe will conspire to support you, to guide you, to lead you towards your highest goals and aspirations. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing. And I know that when you do, incredible things will start to happen. So let's make it happen together. Let's create a world of limitless possibility, a world where every individual has the opportunity to shine their light and make a difference. It all starts with you. It all starts with a commitment to focus on yourself and act as if you fear nothing. And when you make that commitment, when you take that leap of faith, I promise you your life will be forever changed. You will experience a level of happiness and fulfillment that you never thought possible. You will become the person you were always meant to be, the person you were born to be.